Welcome to my channel, Sonia Unapologetic. My name is Sonia, and on this channel, I talk about mental wellness and living a free life from a Black woman's perspective. Before we go any further, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post a video. So today's topic is letting go of things, specifically physical things. A lot of my followers on this channel are other ladies who have a desire to spend time outside of the US. So earlier this year, actually on 2022, I went to Playa del Carmen, Mexico, and I spent 5 months there. I didn't know if I was going to be there longer. I didn't know if, if I was, done with living in the US. I wasn't sure, but when I left Texas, I left my apartment in Texas and put a lot of things in storage. And I feel like there are certain reasons why we hold on to things and we have a hard time letting go of things. So there's a lot of psychological reasons. I feel like I kept a lot of things in storage because that was a security blanket for me. As much as it would have been nice to just move to another country and just be a digital nomad and be able to just not specifically, have one place that I'm shackled to. There was still some fear that what if this doesn't work out? Like, what if you need to come back to the US and have this 1 year lease or whatever, that you'll have to have a place that you call home in the US. So it's like I felt like if you get rid of all of your stuff, then what if you have to come back here and move into an apartment? So a lot of me holding on to that stuff was like a security blanket. Like, what if what I want to do doesn't quite work out? Or some uncertainty, like what exactly is it that I want to do? So let me hold on to stuff just in case I come back to the US and move back into a long-term apartment. So while I was in Mexico, a lot of my friends would ask me like, okay, you have storage in the US, what's in storage? And I would think about it and I would think to myself like, hey, I don't know. It's like I have all these boxes in storage, but once I was living my life in Mexico, I couldn't even remember what was in storage. So that lets me know that obviously I don't need this stuff. So I've been back in the US for some time, for about 6 weeks now. And I went back to my storage unit and started looking through things, and I was embarrassed of the things that I was holding on to, things that I actually boxed up and put in storage. I'm paying a monthly bill for storage for things that I don't need, like stupid things. Y'all are gonna see in the footage that I took some footage of when I went to my storage unit. Certain things, it's like, okay, I never needed this. Why did I box this up? So for a lot of you who are watching, who are thinking about leaving the US or just living a minimalist life, learn from me, learn from my mistakes. Don't hold on to stuff that you don't need. I understand that there's certain, family heirlooms, and there are certain things that are irreplaceable and that you don't want to get rid of. But don't be like me. Like, I had in storage this little like tabletop Christmas tree. The thing looked like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree that I got off of Amazon. Why did I put that in a box and have that thing in storage? So now I'm having to go back and get rid of a lot of things when I could have just gotten rid of it, in February or before February, before I moved out of that apartment. So, now I don't want to hold on to a bunch of furniture. Even when I spend time in the US, it's like, I'll do short-term apartments. I'll do something that's, furnished. Maybe I'll, stay with someone. Who knows? If you guys watched the panel interview that me and some of my friends did about reverse culture shock, you'll see where I talk about, staying with people and how sometimes it can be tough when you're used to having your own place, staying with a family or whatever. That's another topic. Check out the video. But there's just so many reasons as to why we just hold on to things. Another reason that I've come to discover that I hold on to things, it's because in the past, I remember being in a relationship with someone to where this person would throw away a lot of my stuff. I know this sounds stupid, but it's life. I always have some weird stories for y'all. But I was in a relationship with someone to where I think because of his traumas from the past, he threw away a lot of stuff. Like if you live with a parent who is a hoarder or something, that can just like really mess you up. So you're just like, I'll never be like that. I don't ever want to be that way. And so you're just like, throw everything away. And I remember being in that relationship and I would find like gifts from friends, or I would find, things in the trash where I'm like, why is this in the trash? Like, this is a snow globe that, I got for my birthday from friends. Or, I remember an autographed picture that I got from Keith Sweat, and that got thrown away. It was just all kinds of stuff getting thrown away. And I remember at the end of our relationship, this person was just, randomly, just throwing stuff in a trash bag, and he almost threw away my birth certificate. And I was just like, wait a minute, like, that's my birth certificate. Like, what are you doing? And I think a part of that was like traumatizing, to where I felt like so like violated. I know that's dramatic, to where these were my things. These were gifts from people. This was an autographed, picture. This was, certain things. Sometimes I would catch it in the trash. Sometimes it would be too late. And I just realized that I no longer have this autographed picture. I no longer have, this birthday gift. I no longer have this stuff, and it was thrown away. And so I think a part of that is a reason that it's like, I'm just like, this is my stuff. It's like I'm being protective over it. I think another psychological reason could just be like, growing up when you have to share so much stuff and you never really feel like you have something of your own. You have to share everything with siblings, nothing's just for you. And that could psychologically be a part of it as well, to where I feel like somehow I'm being protective over things. So I think that there's a lot of reasons that we have emotional attachments to things, and, we're holding on to stuff, random stuff that we got on Amazon that you don't need. It's not cute. And, you know, if you do feel like somehow you need it in the past, and if you feel like you need it in the future, you can always buy another one, but you'll realize that you really didn't even want the stuff. Again, I'm not talking about irreplaceable, family heirlooms. I don't want people to go all the way left and do like my ex-partner and just throwing away everything, like birth certificate. I don't need this. I don't need to take up space. It's like, no, don't do that. But lighten your load, because now that I'm, back in the US, and I don't know how long I'll be, back in the US. I do know that I feel a little bit better about being a digital nomad and not being tied down to any place. It's like I can stay in a short-term apartment for a bit and then, decide I want to go to another spot or whatever. So I like the feeling of not being tied down to any particular place, not having a bunch of stuff, being a minimalist, that works out for me. Let me see if I had any. Okay, I was wanting to see if I had other things I want to talk to you guys about. So I've been going to storage over the last week. I've been spending time in my storage, looking through things, having to get rid of things, selling some things, taking some things to like shelters and things of that nature. And not only am I finding that there's just so much stuff that I did not need this stuff at all, but because I held on to so much stuff that I don't need, the couple of items in that storage that I do need, I was having such a hard time finding them. It took me 3 times of going to my storage before I finally found a computer monitor that I needed. And then I still haven't found a couple of other things that I actually, kept for a reason and actually need this stuff, because there's so much junk that I don't need, basically filling up the storage unit. I'm having a hard time finding the couple of things that I do need. So, that's definitely something that holding on to a bunch of stuff that you don't need will do. It's like, okay, once you want to find those, shoes that you liked, or once you want to find a computer monitor, something that you actually need, a piece of jewelry that you need or whatever, you can't even find it with all the junk that you have. So I follow Stephanie Perry, and I got the chance to meet her while I was in Mexico, in Cancun, at the Access Summit meetup that we had. And she's talked about decluttering, and we did a whole decluttering challenge. I think it was like December of last year. I did get rid of some stuff. I was getting rid of bags of stuff, and I did get rid of a lot of stuff before I went to Mexico in February, but I did not get rid of nearly as much stuff as I should have. So I just give advice to a lot of you all who watch me, and you watch for the content of, living that free life, lightening your load will definitely help you to live a free life. Having all that baggage, it causes anxiety. And that's one thing that I notice. When I'm able to have less stuff, I'm able to stay more organized, and I can just feel that it's like a weight off of my shoulders. I don't feel like my head is so cluttered, because my space is not so cluttered. So just, for mental health, a lot of times not having all this extra stuff will just make us feel better. So get down in the comments. Let me know if you're in the process of decluttering, if you're having some troubles. Let's help each other through this. and encourage each other. I'm gonna link the video that I talked about, the reverse culture shock video that I did the panel discussion. So I will link that in the description box. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel, you guys. I'm trying to reach my next goal of 1,000 subscribers. So I'm sure a year from now, I'll look back at this video and I'll be way beyond that point. But yeah, so I guess that is all that I have for you guys now. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.